Just in, Bitcoin has hit 58,000 American dollars. Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News. I've given the green emoji, friends, to the Bitcoin. Why? Because it deserves it. And here we are right now. This is Bitcoin, friends, a green emoji. It's $58,000 right now. So it is nicely pumping. Ethereum, still dog shit. You have poop on the underside of you being a brown shoe yourself. It's still with an ETH BTC of 0.041, which is shocking. 0.041, what does it mean? It means Ethereum is 4.1% of Bitcoin's price. We need it to be like above 5%. We need Ethereum to like go into the 7 and 8% for the bull market. This is the Bitcoin price doing this nice, rounded, big bottom. That's lovely to see. We've now cleared this dumpy McDump part. It's important to know this because this part, friends, is very, very significant. Because all those bears who were short here, now they have to stop out. Maybe we distribute, maybe we can go up. But hey, don't count too much on it because how many times have we been psyched out in this game? Too many times. Now, if we look at the August monthly candle, friends, it is still red, but there's a possibility if we finish above 58,900, we can actually turn this thing green. And, you know, there is good news around just for today. But, like, more importantly, friends, before I even jump into, like, yeah, who cares about Tokyo and Japan stuff, but it is now officially confirmed. I've got to play some Ice Gents for Hanging Busy because there's going to be there's going to be people upset like I am, okay? It is now confirmed to be the shittest, dog shit scam, longest crypto cycle of all time. Worst performing Bitcoin, worst performing altcoins, plus the longest to start going up. 100% confirmed. We are now, today starts the official worst cycle ever territory. Which sucks because I'll be making videos about it saying the most hated cycle, and because we could tell the disparity between things that are popular and things that aren't, because people were starting to realize that in crypto, product market fit goes to attention. So if we're just trading attention, there's no AI androids with currency units in the crypto space to allocate the stuff that it comes across. There isn't. It's just humans, and we have limited attention spans, right? And of course, friends, I've got a fluffy microphone. I'm very aware of that too. But also, I get dwarfed by Ivan on Tech's fluffy microphone. I get dwarfed by Crypto Banter, 970,000 people, right? So, and by the way, we're all lucky that we can even talk to people. How the hell are you meant to make it by yourself without discovering us? I don't know. So this is the actual chart here. So it's not how we feel. It's statistically, it is the worst, most dog shit cycle ever. Now, how bad is it? Well, look, friends, of course, I'm always an orange juice, half full guy. Just letting you know, this is it, friends. Like, you know, you step in the ring and the other boxer started kicking you in the nuts. You know what I mean? He's kicking you in the nuts. That's it. Just accept that he's kicking you in the nuts. We try to find a strategy to win. Now, Bitcoin should be at $74,000 today, according to the worst cycle before that. It should be at $74,000 today. It is 25% less. All right, so that is basically where we're meant to be around here. We're meant to be up here, which is actually higher than 74,000. It should be like 80,000, but we're not. So yeah, we are doing garbage. Altcoins are even worse territory. So altcoins have taken the longest, and they're obviously going poop. Now, shout out to Mr. Pulse Knight with an X here, Ali, saying, so we will have the longest bull market of all time. No, yeah, well, so this is very possible. This is literally very possible, friends. I mean, watch my videos. I'm like, hey, man, in markets, the longer it makes you go through this pain, the longer the friendship is on the other side. You just don't believe it. Now, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Friends, of course, what I want is, this is what me and you want. Me and you want an Altseason to come in, and then we just get out. We get back into Bitcoin here. That's what we want. We want this chart to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think for that to happen, you need ETH BTC like almost 13 to 14% of Bitcoin's price. That's big, friends. You need, so if Bitcoin is 200K, you need Ethereum at $25,000. We might not get it like that. Instead, what we might get is, what's the scenario that's going to screw up the most people? It is if we go down here, it stops, people get into Bitcoin thinking it's going to be the worst bear market ever for another 3 years. But then in Ethereum's third cycle, Ethereum surprises and continues going up. Sorry, in its fourth cycle. Remember, next cycle, Ethereum would be in its fourth cycle. Right now, it's in its third. So if Ethereum gets more strength because of sharding, maybe Vitalik, friends, maybe he sends his missus to the hospital. Maybe he's just like an absolute Casanova in bed, breaks every headboard, and maybe she just has to leave him because she can't walk anymore. So he's got all his semen retention strategies back on, and Ethereum can start pumping up again. Maybe we see something like that. That would be the longest alt season ever, but it wouldn't be like anywhere near compared to 2017. It's just, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to open your mind to preparing just in case we don't get a super mammoth, glorious alt season. Now, friends, of course, I'm going to have to play some nice feeling it music, friends, because Rectember is a scam. However, this is the others BTC. Slowly it's holding, slowly. But this is where altcoins are meant to be, friends. Like, if you look at where are altcoins meant to be today, like if you actually want to zoom in, altcoins, friends, are literally meant to be, oh my gosh, they're meant to be at your portfolio high in March. That sucks, actually. That makes you, that hurts. So they're meant, your portfolio is meant to be 4 times bigger than it is today, pretty much, for most altcoins. Well, so whatever your portfolio is saying in March, yeah, you're meant to be there. So whatever it is, remember it's a 2x away, or 3x or 4x away. That sucks. We were already getting the worst diminishing gains, and now we're like, this is sad. We're behind where we were in March. We were already behind back then. That was like the worst one ever, and now we're behind. Oh, well, what do you do, man? Now, because we are baby dolls and baby cakes and sprinkles, this is the Russell 2000. We already know, friends. We're not expecting anything. It does suck, but our frustration, it's at Mr. Russell. Now, Mr. Russell, obviously, we caught him drinking room temperature water with another lady, took off her wig. It was a dude. Okay, so that's what Mr. Russell's been doing right now. Mr. Russell has been basically lagging behind the rest of the stock market. We need Mr. Russell to be up here, breaking the all-time high. However, there's still time. I don't want to jinx it, but there is still time, friends. We've seen Mr. Russell, when he wants to go, man. When he wants to go, he just goes, beep. He just starts gapping up and doing that. But right now, there isn't. Of course, there is the FOMC. The FOMC, friends, I think it's in 8 days or something now. They're going to cut by, I saw the rate odds, 75% chance of 25 basis point cut. Now, what I love is how people literally, I say this 10,000 times, they still don't listen. Bro, there are high dollar value gambling markets for the US rate predictions per month, okay? In Australia, they're called the IBs, the interbank borrowing rate. In America, I forgot what they're called, okay? But there's a Fed fund rate you can trade. And it expires every 30 days. Trillions of dollars are betting on this things, friends. It's trillions, because they're just trying to make 0.5% on like $1 trillion, all right? Now, when they are out of whack, when the odds are out of whack, and the Fed sees it, which they do to watch it every day, they will send out henchmen to go and talk the market into something else. And we have seen it many, many, many times. They'll just send like Waller or Kashkari or whatever the hell they want to send. They'll send them out and start talking to the news, and they'll start saying, oh, you know, those rates, they won't say it directly, but let's say, friends, let's actually go to the rates right now. It's around, what, 71% of it. This is 25 basis point cut, 29% of 50 basis point. If the market was saying there's a 90% chance of a 50 basis point cut this month, right? If the market was saying that and the Fed didn't want to do it, they send people out to say, you know what? The economy's looking a bit stronger than we thought. And, you know, we'll do some easing, but I don't think we need to do too much easing right now. They just keep saying that, and the market interprets that, and it will shift the odds again. So the odds won't be 90% chance of a 50 basis point cut. It'll sell off down to 25% chance, and then the other one 75% chance. That's what they basically do. They jawbone it if it's out of whack. If it's not out of whack, they leave it. Now, why wouldn't it be out of whack? Because it's the move they want to do. They don't like spooking the markets. They don't like doing disorderly stuff, all right? Because they want everything to be in one clear direction, right? Remember, because they're in total control, they never want to spook the people. But for now, friends, we get to enjoy this Bitcoin price hitting $58,000. And, you know, there are some news to celebrate out there. You have some Japan stuff. I mean, who the hell cares? Yeah, I guess, friends, you know what? Let's play some Pokemon music, Pokemon Journey music for Japan. All right, because here's Poke Park. Pokemon the Park. So Japan, the largest electrical company, Tokyo Electric, konnichiwa, they are now using renewable energy to mine Bitcoin, which is actually really good. So I guess Pokemon Island back has electricity, and they're back, friends. They're back for business. This is very important because this, once again, it's one of the bullish undertones of just adoption going forward. Remember, friends, when you do these, I know people don't think about it like this, but it's true. Once you're now mining Bitcoin to dump on everyone, you start shilling the bag. Now, I know Bitcoin maxis are like, no. It's not shilling the bag. It's shilling a savings account. Shut up, bro. Just shut up, okay? If Bitcoin goes down 90%, Peter Schiff's right, by the way. Peter Schiff, friends, he's right about one thing, and it's true. He said, if Bitcoin drops 90% today and stays there for 20 years, 80% of people have lost all their money, but the earliest buyers still win because they're on side heaps. And you get to say, oh, it's still doing great from history. Which is true. It's actually true. Now, not to fight or scare anyone, I don't really care, but that's very, very, very true. If Bitcoin's price dropped 90%, these guys will be saying, it's a better savings account. Is it basically everything we say in HEX? Everything we say in there, they'll be saying it. But they'll look like the retards. So actually, friends, when you look at it, the only thing keeping these things afloat is demand. That's it. The green candle. If it's a red candle, your argument goes down. Even with Bitcoin, nothing is immune. Very important to grasp. Now, of course, as we navigate everything, friends, we have to keep believing. That's the most important part. Believe this is Pikachu riding a bull. Pikachu riding a bull. All the altcoins, friends, everything's still correlating. You know, we need higher pulse chain prices and just everything else. You need higher prices for Ethereum and everything else. So these are the PulseChain core coin prices today. You have pHEX leading the way, plus 5%, but that's because it got destroyed the other day. And you have Inc doing the most, but they're all around 2, 3, 4, 5%. Everything's correlated, friends. You got to remember, right? I'm not putting anyone down. I'm just telling you, your friend Sommi, go read the comment sections and go read the tweet replies to me saying that PulseChain's correlated to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Go read the replies. I got destroyed. Now, us being correlated is a bullish thing because it's hopium. A year and a half ago, friends, I was literally spat on. And in 2020, I was not joking. I was ostracized. I was spat on because saying, oh my gosh, we're just like every other coin. And here's what the numbers and the charts show. Everyone was like, no, dude. Richard Hart said we aren't correlated, dude. Totally wrong. All the talking points wrong. Now everyone's begging to be correlated on the way up. So, you know, I didn't care about being right about that one. I don't really care. Like I was just I was guessing, friends. I was just showing what was happening, and then I was like basically being cast out with stones. So yeah, a lot of bad things happened there in the rest of the world, friends. So Candace Owens, she started getting strikes from YouTube, which is what you're watching right now. So obviously the deep state bug eaters over at YouTube, yeah, they are obviously going after her. I think she's pro-Trump and stuff. That's why. It's very, very obvious why. Duh, can't figure it out why, deep state. Also, to let you know, Praveen Mohan, friends, Praveen Mohan, he gets shadow banned now. He hit 1 million subs. He's reporting on the Nagas, which is the reptilian humanoids from ancient Hindu temples, and he's starting to get shadow banned. That's weird, man. You got to admit, fans, you got to admit, lizard people, really, they're shadow banning lizard people talk. The amount of stuff I've seen, I'm like, you know what? Just reverse engineer everything else. How come I can talk about literally anything else? You bring out the lizard people, you start getting shadow banned. That's really weird. Why isn't it giraffe people? Why isn't it the magical fairy dust? Why isn't it the guy who thinks he's a unicorn? Why isn't it all these other things that you shadow ban? Why is it talking about ancient Hindu, the Nagas, the reptilians? Why? That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Not even crazy. You know what's going on, man. You know it's real. You know it's real deep down, but we're just monkeys in a zoo. I guess we'll never figure it out. Now, here's the thing, friends. I've got some actual bullish news. Jim Cramer has said he's waiting for Nvidia to bottom. This means he's bearish and he thinks it hasn't bottomed yet, which now means it's actually bullish. Now, me and you, we can actually have a look at some Nvidia. But actually, first, friends, on this chart here, I have ADA. So I made a post yesterday. Might as well just show it to you now. Cardano, friends, is down 89%. After pretty much 7-8 years, all right? It's down. That's ADA versus ETH. This is the ADA ETH chart. So I know a lot of people say, oh, but Charles does this and Cardano's top 10. Yeah, bro, you're down 89% against Ethereum after 7-8 years. So it's tough to outperform Ethereum, man. I really, really, really hope this ends up flushing up to the high. I hope it does flush up to the high and everybody gets justice again. I really do. Hope it does a 7x. But yeah, if you want to check out Nvidia with me, there's actually this. Just check it out for the first time. Wow, so he doesn't. Oh wow, it's funny. He says it doesn't think it bottomed, and then it did actually bottom. Oh wow, Jimmy boy Cramer marked the bottom. You friends, we are watching it live. All right, we're watching this live. Jim Cramer said he didn't think Nvidia bottomed. It opens up and finishes plus 3.5% on the day. Now, actually, it actually sold off down here. So he didn't think it bottomed. It's up, okay, 5.5%, which is huge for stocks. I'm telling you now, man, don't fade that man. Just don't fade that man. You want to be a dead body? You fade him, all right? Sorry. You do the reverse of the fading. Now, here's the thing. Nvidia is correlated to basically, it is the market when it comes to tech, AI leading the world. It might be our barometer for crypto and everything, right? So Nvidia's going sideways. You might even find that it might even go up higher. A lot of people see Nvidia as a bubble because they're looking at the price chart. But no, if you look at the earnings trends, Nvidia have like hundreds of billions of dollars of orders to fill for like the next 10 years because they're like, oh, we're all doing AI. And they're literally, they're fully filled out for the next 5 or 7 years. Like it's insane, the capacity they have. I found this as well, friends, to have some fun. Remember that Martini Gimp? I found one of my posts of him. This is the post that got me banned. So this was during the bear market, friends, end of the bull market. He had all these posts saying the bottom is in. I'm very confident the bottom is in. Bitcoin bottom, 20% within the bottom. The bottom is in. The bottom is in. I bought Bitcoin today. That's as cheap as you would get it. The bottom is in. The bottom is in. So I remember just showing that, and people tagged him under my posts, and then he just blocked me. Right, just saying that. But man, just be careful, man. Just be careful because just so you know, Martini Gimp made $100 million bucks. Okay, he made $100 million. He went literally, that's crazy. He went all in on one coin, Matic. He literally went nearly all in. Like I think he had like 40 or 50% of his whole portfolio in it, whatever it was. He made like something huge. He made like 5 to 10 million in that, and then he took all that money in like May of 2021 or whatever, and then he invested to everything else. He made like another 10x. So he was up 100 million at the top. Couldn't exit though. Not enough liquidity, and he only sold like 1%. So he still got probably like 5 to 10 mil. Still huge, man. Still huge. But people were like looking at that like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. And then we had the crypto bear market, and he just kept leverage longing on the way down, and he will just disappear. So I don't care, man. I want you to like know this. This is going to happen again. All right, these people do this, okay? They're not in the trenches with me and you. They're not here finding these altcoins like we are. They're here part of the ICO deal world where they get the deal and they tell everybody else about it later. That's their part of their world. Or they're in leverage trading. So they're like, oh, don't touch these scams. Come and try the greatest scam of all called leverage trading on Bybit or Binance, where there's a 99% loss rate. Okay, so that's what ends up happening, friends. And just because they made a lot... Look, think about it, man. The guy made $100 million and I'm being called a retard. I'm like, bro, stop leverage longing these things in a bear market. You're going to have plenty of time to buy. All right, so just be careful, man. You don't want to be forced out, that's all. And you also don't want to forget, like, I care about you. I care about you, so I'm giving you this, friends. If I didn't care about you, I would engagement farm all day. I would tell you these prices are going higher. It's in a bull market now, right? Everyone wants the higher price, highest price. HEX is going to $5. ChainLink's going to $900,000. Okay, Bitcoin's going to $480,000. You just keep saying those numbers. You get people, man. You get people. But you know what type of people you get? You get disloyal, gambling junkie, impulsive people. That's who you end up attracting. I don't want them. I don't want them at all. Okay, friends, if you notice, hop in my Telegram. We have nobody like that. And when we have one soy boy in there, everyone gangs up on him. Everyone gangs up on the soy boy. They're like, your arms are too flaily. Where are your push-ups, sir? You know what I mean? Because you don't want to listen to that, bro. They're useless. Like, oh, you said 500,000. Now we're not here. It just take longer. Just take longer. But friends, when you have so many people like that of that mindset, it just weighs everybody else down. And you don't want that. I wanted to throw this your way as well. So, friends, pHEX is down 87% just since Richard Hart did the talking about the migration. He's like, oh, the market has chosen. But why are a lot of people upset? Because, okay, pHEX Max is, they're upset because a lot of them called for the death of Sommi. All of them called from that. Well, you curse yourself, bro. I'm just letting you know, every time someone blocks me, they go through like the worst experiences of their life. They get cursed. Real bad. I'm just letting you know, just warning you. Okay, so they thought by now, pHEX would be 10 cents and eHEX would be dead. That's what they thought would happen after Richard Hart did the talking of the migration and stuff. So I'll show you the deviation here. That's what everybody expected, right? So this is pHEX now. So we are down obviously 87% here. So they thought, so you look at this difference, right? They thought it would be at 10 cents by now. Because remember, HEX hit 50 cents. So they thought it would be 25x higher. That's why they're all depressed, okay? Because they called for the death of eHEX. They go, oh, but greatest store of value, greatest store of value. Yeah, bro, just like an altcoin, all right? But think about it. They thought the people with certain amounts of money thought they would have like $1 million, all right? But they don't have $1 million right now. You divide it by 25, they only have 40,000. And then the people with 100 grand, all right, they only have $4,000. Whoa. Okay, yeah, they have wow, that's a big difference. So they're down 25 times lower than expectations. It's because everyone thought the money was going to rotate and things would go up. But look, I'm just showing you that there's lessons to learn here. So yes, there's a price chart that happened, but I'm just letting you know. Firstly, if you have a PulseChain altcoin community that's still alive and you are doing better than minus 87% down since March, okay, then you're doing better than pHEX. You're literally doing better than, think about this. You're doing better than the coin that Richard made the whole chain for. Think about that. I just want you to understand this perspective. Okay, we've got to play some nice. Let's play some Pokemon friendship music. I wanna be the very best. Move. You got to understand this. What's going on? Richard made an entire chain for HEX. He made the chain to make pHEX. Okay. Number one. That's one big advantage. Another big advantage. Okay. He tried to, we call it jawboning, friends, when the US Fed, when they want to talk something of value and they want a currency to move and stuff like that, it's called jawboning. They just keep talking like, oh, we're going to stimulate. So Richard jawboned pHEX. So it's basically like, oh, well, eHEX, you suck. You are no longer my child. He did that. And he's like, pHEX, you are the chosen one. You're great. And then he even updated the website to say the market is chosen. And they have migrated. They've migrated from eHEX into pHEX. So you had 3 huge advantages, still minus 87%. So markets are more complicated than that, friends. One, you can't jawbone fundamentals in crypto, network effects. You can't just some words and some sentences on Twitter and stuff, not enough. Okay, they're not enough. Number one. Number two, when it comes to cycles, they are the most overwhelmingly big, powerful force. Now, here's the thing, right? You're probably sitting there thinking, of course, Sommi, of course, cycles are more powerful. I'm watching all the correlations. Yeah, friends, I was saying this a year and a half ago, longer. I was saying this like, yeah, almost 2 years ago. It was heresy. I was a lunatic. People wanted to kill me for saying the correlation was actually, there's a correlation there. Because HEX was not correlated before, because Richard built it not to be a correlation, because he sees it as a store of value like gold. All right, so unfortunately, you need to learn from this. So people panic sold eHEX to buy pHEX at 3 cents, and they thought pHEX would be 10 cents. pHEX is only 0.0038 now. So it's 38% of 1 penny. So it's down 96% from their expectations by this point. Not the all-time high, from their expectations. By the way, 10 cent is still down 80% from the all-time high. So what ended up happening was people rotated into other stuff. So what we've actually found, it's not HEX's fault or Richard's fault. The market's evolving, friends. People don't want yield anymore because they've realized crypto yield, they think it's a scam. And guess what? According to the charts, crypto yield is a scam. Crypto yield lasts such a short time, it's not reliable. The purchasing power gets destroyed. It's just basically carried on a stick. That's how the market, to go talk to everybody, right? Look at everyone's actions, that's what it's saying. Now, they still want yield, but they realized, okay, instead of buying yield, why don't I buy a bull market speculation vehicle, which is an altcoin or a meme coin, something else I'm just holding for the bull run. That's what they're here to do, to gamble. So they have moved as well into like incentive token, PulseX, but primarily a lot of altcoins and stuff out here. People are just expanding their minds. So in a nutshell, friends, it's not HEX's fault, Richard Hart's fault. It's that there's more competition now. You see, there's just more competition. There's more places to park your money and more things that can go up. But you're ultimately riding behind a 200,000 strong community trying to see if you can get to 1 million people, okay? So it's also important to know, but before everybody writes off Ethereum and HEX and stuff, well, Ethereum mainnet still has 50% of the world's stablecoin supply. You get it, 50% of the world's stablecoin supply. So that's important because with all the money, you have $70 billion sitting there, it's easy for them to move money around and maybe land in the eHEX tank. Now, obviously, you should, I think, well, not financial advice fans, I got shot for this last time. You probably should have both, okay? It's funny, man. I was saying you should have both in March, but then Richard did the tweet, and then everyone comes out, starts saying, you lost all your money. Everybody lost all your money because of you. Well, if you're gonna thank Richard for pumping it, why don't you blame him for dumping it? If you're gonna do that, it's the same people, friends. By the way, it's the same people. So their opinion's useless. Now, here's the pHEX to pulse ratio chart, and it is low. It is low. Problem though is, what's its upside? If you go and you do a big move up here, that's only a 2x, a 2 to 3x on your pulse. In that world, there's probably other altcoins that'll do like 20x. On pulse, 15x on pulse, but you don't know which ones they are. So this is a lower risk thing. It's lower risk because it's all correlated and liquidity bonded. Okay, so I'm just helping you understand the dynamics out here. Now, friends, switching it back to Bitcoin, just so we have an idea of the expectations of things going forward. Last year, we can actually put on a log chart here, friends. Last year, there was this period where we literally went sideways. So here was the breakout, and then it took us, what, 279 days or something to actually move up. So it took quite a while here. It took like, man, it was quite some time to actually start moving. 224 days. From this breakup here, this is after the spot ETF, we are now on 196 days. So that 224, where would it take us? Around October. So that's breakout to breakout. All right, so maybe literally we start October, and we are breaking out. Maybe there is a candle up here that happens. Maybe in October, the first week of October, we are just having a wake up. I don't know why. Just sometimes these fractals and these timing things work out. But, you know, we are now officially the longest time period ever, the worst altcoin, alt-season performing cycle of all time. Does it mean we go for longer? I hope so. I can show you now, though. The odds of a double wave thing. Look, I'm not going to call anything off, because you just don't know with markets, but there's usually 1 on 2 waves here. What if, man, it just goes like this, and then number 2 wave just becomes our single wave at the very end? What if that happens, right? So we've always been ready for that. Remember, it could be there's 2 waves in 2 times, right? Wave 1, wave 2, alt-season 1, alt-season 2. Maybe we just get 1 and we peak at the end, literally 12 months from now. Or maybe we get 3. Maybe that happens. We don't know. Okay, but if we're gonna skip the time, remember, if we're due to have an alt season, it's meant to be December. And that's why, you know, before postulating, which means thinking, like, oh, well, you know, maybe Donald Trump wins, and then there's like a month after of like euphoria where people front run 2025 a bit too much, and then people go nuts. But I guess we'll see what happens, friends, because at the end of the day, you can tell, man, you can just tell there's too many tears, there's too much depression. No one's got any money at all to DCA, because you're like, well, this has been the biggest freaking scam ever. Because, like, okay, you got VC coins building tech, no one cares. People just keep making new coins, bro. That's it. That's the sad part, okay? No matter what tech you have in crypto, someone else making a new coin and letting people in early will always trump you. Always. There's a big part of that I don't know how we resolve that in crypto. I don't know. Is it, maybe it's like marriage, friends, you know, like, okay, a new girl walking in a bikini is always going to make you look if you're walking around with your wife, for example. You know, maybe it is like that, friends. Or you have a car, it's 5 years old, and then someone with a brand new, the newest edition Ferrari drives by. You're always going to look. Yeah, but do you move in? Can you even afford to move in? Well, those things are consumption stuff. You see, with crypto, you can actually keep changing your life. So that's why it's tough. You're betting on people's attention. Okay, so wouldn't you love to bet on people continuously looking at a girl in a new bikini or a new Ferrari? Yes, you would like to bet on that, right? This is what crypto lets you do. Crypto lets you bet that. It lets you bet on that. Do you have any ideas how that resolves itself? Because I don't know how, and that's one of the biggest crypto issues now. Because firstly, everything in crypto is pretty much a scam, and it's only based off the community and how much they think the thing's going up. You are constantly fighting a sea of new coins where people get to press the reset button and try again. And the thought of pressing the reset button becomes more lucrative as you make people sit through more and more pain. And it's not just your friend Sommi here talking with a bull hat. No! It is the stats talking like that. Because as coins become cycle 2, cycle 3, cycle 4, you always have the people who are the culty guys who just won't leave. You have that as well, who are still holding on for hope. XRP. You're still holding out for hope, right? You know, by the way, friends, as XRP, great example. XRP is now officially entered its longest down period ever since 2013, since the start. So XRP, friends, from its actual fractal, if you look at it, if you look at the weekly chart, XRP is meant to, I mean, this is disgusting, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, XRP, friends, from its fractal, it's meant to like be like shooting up by now. It's not. It's not. I hope it goes up, but just, bro, you fucking. Oh my gosh, bro. 8 long years. So people eventually, they slice off a bit. Now, here's the thing. It's not about selling your whole bag. I've already told you, hey, if you're in XRP, hasn't done anything for ages, maybe you got like 10 grand in it. Oh, look, not financial advisor, but like there's a link XRP ratio, which is not at parity yet. Okay, link market cap XRP market. That's 5x to go from here. So if ChainLink flips XRP one day, all you need to do is give you XRP, take 20% of that, rotate it into link. Now you have this portfolio where if this chart, if link XRP, if link outperforms XRP goes up here, you've made double your XRP quantity. And you've only risked 20%. See, you risk, it's not a real risk. Look how low the ratio is, by the way. So doesn't this look like it's going to flip, friends? Doesn't this look like it's freaking going to flip? That's pretty much link flipping XRP. Just showing you. But see that over time, opportunities like this appear and then people shave off the dead bags. That's what actually has been happening. That's why you notice things even like HEX. People are like, oh, the OGs keep dumping. Yeah, but it's not just them, man. It's the new demand. It's new demand for every single coin, friends. For every single coin. So like I'm still baffled, right? How the hell do we solve for new coins being made and giving people an opportunity to make it? How do we solve for that? I don't know. You know, in stocks, they solve that by having the meme that you need to produce cash flow, right? And there's monopolies on stuff because they're selling a product. But their product, friends, is a tangible, real thing. Okay, you can't just go start up Coca-Cola tomorrow. Okay, you can't go wee in a can and tell people it's Coke. You can't. However, in crypto, the barrier to entry, it's still relatively low because it's so early. You can make a new coin. You can start memeing it. You can get people to notice it. It's getting harder and harder in Twitter comment sections because everybody's just spamming their coins, right? But that's always going to be like that. But you see that? And you can always start up a YouTube channel, right? You can do that. Or like, you know, start up a Twitter account. You can do that. Problem though is, let's run this forward 5 years from now. Maybe instead of 100 YouTubers, I don't even know how many there are. Maybe instead of 100 crypto YouTubers, maybe there's 2,000. Whoa. And then think about that. That's how tough that is. You're like, oh my gosh, what edge do I have becoming the number 2001st YouTuber for crypto? They've covered everything, right? What about Twitter? See how tough it is, friends? Like, you got to build over time, build. Like, it takes so long to get followers and stuff. Real ones, real engagement. And that's super competitive as well. You see what I mean? So if you keep rolling this forward, I guess it means it's harder and harder to get people's attention for new stuff. Or is it? So we don't know exactly how it works out, but that's what I'm sure. See all these uncertainties, friends. That's why it's very hard and almost like it's self-detrimental for you to try to think you got a grip on what comes next in the next 4 years in crypto. Because trust me, most people have no idea. I know this thing though. You see this young boy, friends? See this young boy squeezing his nuts in pain? You see that? Huh? You see that? If you don't feel that pain in crypto right now with every red daily candle, you are not long enough. Yeah, you're not exposed enough. That's it. You got to feel the pain. That means you're exposed enough. If you feel nothing, you're not going to make it. You know what my friends, most people, they're actually bitches. Yeah. Most people are actually bitches. They're actually scared. They're scared of the pain. And they're scared of... That's why I don't mind when people say, oh, you've been holding for 3 years. Hi, everything's going down. Like, oh, well, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Do you know businesses, you're basically getting crushed for the first 2-3 years as well? You know, you got to work like 18 hours a day, not see your kids or family or anything else to make it in anywhere. Right, you know you have to neglect pretty much every family occasion. Friends, you know professional sports stars, they can't go on skiing trips. They can't go out with the boys. Because if they go and get sick before like a big game or two, they can't afford it. Everything is on the line. Everything is on the line. You see that? So you want something, you can't do diversification stuff. There's no such thing as balance, friends. The only B word you should be enjoying are bananas and banana emojis. That's it. Balance doesn't exist in this world. Okay, because for every one balanced person, there are 3 people concentrating who are trying to go all in, and one of them is going to make it. Hopefully, all 3 of them make it. Let's have some fun now, friends. This is me capturing a wild Ivan on Tech. Okay, so wild Ivan on Tech used the ability capture zeitgeist because he's really good at doing that, actually. It's always funny. It's such a meme now, catching zeitgeist. So obviously, it's me capturing Ivan. I always say, friends, you should be watching this show. You should be watching this show. Perfect blend of technology and finance. He's got obviously very high IQ, 500,000 people. He deserves probably like millions, to be honest. It's just that he's more of a tech guy. You know what I mean? Ivan, the technologist. You should be watching him. Because when it comes to all these friends, I've got no idea how to look at code or anything, and like, and he does. And he understands, oh, your technologies, you change this thing and you do this. I'm like, wow, I don't get it. And then I started to realize over time, at first in crypto, you're like, oh, this must be important. And then you realize, nah, you think you don't have any idea? Check out the guy buying like Dogshit Inu, number 55. He don't know what the hell a code is, right? Or how to code. But you should be watching him, friends. I only say great things about stuff like this. There's great content out here. Just keeping up to date with what's going on in terms of the tech part side. So obviously, Ivan does a lot of good news and stuff for finance, but you want to hear about, hey, what are they actually building? And he's always able to keep you like in check with that, because obviously, friends, I'm filtering stuff, but you don't know what I look at. I go irrelevant. But if you're just looking at me, Kang, this is useless. You think I'm like, friends, it's like you're a sports star and you're trying to plan out your calendar for the year. Let's say you're like Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime, okay? And then you have a calendar. And you're like, oh, I've got 17 family birthdays. I have Christmas. I have Easter. I have all these things I got to go through in the year, and a wedding I got to go to, 5 of them. And then he'd be saying, oh, cut them all off. They're irrelevant. I've just got to train 6 hours a day. You know, you look cruel. You look cruel. Like, oh my gosh, that's irrelevant. But no, if you want to win, that's not actually that. It's not actually what people are looking at. Okay, but still, the content is still amazing. It's very, very effective in terms of your time spent to learn stuff. Because you really got to listen to different perspectives all the time as well, friends. Like here you have Michael Saylor. Man, AI is getting really good, man. Oh, that's really good. So, friends, remember Michael Saylor, we call him the winner, but he put $1 billion into Bitcoin at 64K 3.5 years ago. Like, it's still down 20%. Wow. Can you imagine you bought the stock market, it's down 20% after 3 years? Friends, that is once every 50-year events. I'm not joking. Once every 30, 40, 50-year event. That's big things. That's wild. So, how's his story going to end? Hopefully, he borrows more and then everyone copy-pastes him and things get to pump. And ultimately, friends, as the market goes up, we're waiting for this period to appear again. So, this is a Richard Hart tattoo. We haven't seen HEX tattoos in a long time because the prices aren't up. I wonder if they're going to come back. Are people going to flex them? I'd love to see it. There's PulseChain tattoos, but maybe see a PulseX tattoo or an ink tattoo. That'd be a great top signal if we get to see that. Friendly reminder as well, this is me next to Eric Wall. He's got some orange juice. So this is the thing, friends. Eric he's got a bet on, so not everyone knows. It's interesting to watch these things. Fantastical. So he's got a bet with many PulseChain community members, and they all bet that Pulse will be above 10x day one sack by May 2025. Now, they did this bet last year and a half ago. All right, so they've had, within 2 years. And he said, no, it won't. He goes, no, it won't. And And I think he's got like over $50,000 of claims now, bets on the line. And what he actually said he's going to do is, that's why, friends, is the cursing level of this doesn't work out, man. It's going to be funny. So he said he's going to start up a HEX survivor scam fund or whatever. And he's going to give money back to people who are victims. So that's what his plan is to do. So where are we on that time scale out here? We can actually go back. Let's actually check the PulseChain chart. Yes, this is Pulse, man. This is PLS. Yeah, we got a long way to go. Like, we got to go, my gosh, how far do we have to go to 10x here? I have this line here. Yeah, 27x. Okay, see, 10x above day one sack. Eric Wald must lose his bet and tweet publicly that he's Sommi's friend and follow me again permanently. So that's it. But yeah, I don't put in these bets out here because it's so easy for him to hedge. But for everyone else, they do have bets out here. And yeah, man, it looked like such a sure thing. You got to imagine, man, it was opening, friends. We opened at 3x day one sack. And then now, from that point, PLS is down 88%. So, I guess we'll see what happens. We saw, finally, friends, this $1 million is bridged into PulseChain. And shout out to, I think, Saylor reported his. I've got his post here. He said, so 580 in ETH, $1 million bridged into PulseChain. They have 1,100 ETH more. So, they have up here, what's their address here? Like 2.6 million. He goes, this is the Sun Mini-Mill team. They hold 99% of the soil Pulse LP in the same wallet. Yes, so they have soy in the name. Soil. That was one of the coins just randomly flying, and there's all this stuff out here. I just want us all to win, man. Like, subscribe, belly button, all friends. Man!